Practicing meditation is very important for me, so I came to Hungary, to this beautiful place where a dear friend of mine continues to guide people to find their inner peace, just like he guided me 6 years ago. I am eternally grateful for our friendship and for all the help he so kindly and genuinely offered me that woke me up to reality as it is. He truly believes in people and lives for the truth that we are one, that we are all the same being, which is always effortlessly peaceful. I must say that without meditation, I would never have known who I truly am. Without looking into myself and noticing that there is something that doesn't come and go, I wouldn't have found liberation. My approach would have been purely theoretical, intellectualizing or understanding only at the level of the mind what the spiritual and philosophical teachings point to. Whenever I did that, I can't say I actually owned the understanding. I didn't realize myself the truth they conveyed. So none of the teachings sank all the way down in my experience because I wasn't used to notice it. The mind kept me very busy. But after I started meditating, I slowly began to notice what is happening inside of me. Instead of following blindly the racing thoughts I was having, I began to see that there is something that is aware of them. I was aware of them, but not the I thought I am. The I thought I am was nothing other than a mirage, a veil thrown over the eyes that made everything seem personal. This I, or the voice in my head, was a thought that appeared in the now and which gave the impression of continuity, always chatting, criticizing, judging, and fighting. But in reality, continuity was given by memory, which appeared as a thought in the now. Every moment is fresh, appearing in the unknown, unanticipated now. But I wonder, how could I have seen that I'm not this I, since my attention was almost always engaged with this endless logoria that compulsively talked in my head and criticized my actions or inactions, that got angry when it didn't receive what it wanted, or that felt unloved when somebody didn't give it attention. At most, I would have read or heard about the separate self, really have a great insight at the moment, and then, a few hours later, let the loud chatter get my attention again, going into the downward spiral of me and its sense of lack and unhappiness. Why would it be only a temporary insight? Because it's an idea and not experience. Ideas, even the great ones, don't stay very long in the mind. Reading or hearing how to ride a bicycle isn't the same as riding it. The two experiences can't be compared. They are not one and the same. One can never learn how to ride a bicycle by reading about it or hearing somebody's instructions. One needs to ride the bicycle itself. That's why meditation is essential, and by meditation I mean being with oneself, being aware of I am, or of awareness, or of the fact that one is aware. At that moment, the mind naturally relaxes. Thoughts appear less and less until there are no more, and the experience of simply being, or I am, can come to the surface and shine its light of peace and serenity. You then realize that there is so much space in you, or better said, that space is you, and it's allowing each experience to be as it is. When you become aware of this space, you know that you are it, along with everything that appears in it, thoughts, feelings, others, and the world. You are one with everyone and everything. I wonder, how can one see this if not by being with itself, dedicating time to notice it and experience, and not by hearing somebody speaking about it or reading a book? And even after the realization happens in experience, in time, it's not the same to remember how to ride the bicycle and to refer to that, but to actually ride it. The understanding needs to be always a fresh one, from living the experience of who one is, and not from memory. Memory is an idea, it lives in the mind. So does meditation stop at some point, you could ask me? Then I would have to ask you back, what idea do you have about getting somewhere in time? Meditation never ends. It takes the form of walking, drinking tea, talking to others, working, enjoying life, and so on. There are people that still want to practice it in silence by sitting every morning like I and my friend do. Why? Because there is such joy in meditating formally, so to speak, sitting cross-legged on the cushion. In this kind of meditation, you are thoughtless. There are no other experiences present like there is in everyday life. Instead of walking, eating, and working, there is only being, only awareness and nothing more. That is why next week I'll be participating to a retreat. Because of this, I'm afraid there'll be no video, but stay tuned for the next one where you'll hear about the 10-day retreat where I meditated for 9 hours every day in complete silence. Hope to see you soon, and thank you so much for your continuous support. I would be grateful to hear your thoughts about meditation or anything that aroused your interest in the comments section below. Sending you my love. Take care.